back in the 70s, home brewing really started kicking off, and a lot of the home brewers decided that they wanted to go into business and brew beer and give those products to the public, or at least give it a shot. Fritz Maytag basically was the first to do that in 1969 when he bought Anchor Brewing Company in San Francisco. And he really started the whole revolution. No one knew back then really what he was going to be, kicking off. So 1977 saw the first microbrewery come into play, which was New Albion Brewing Company with a gentleman named Jack McCullough. They didn't last too long. They were around for about 2 years out of Sonoma, California. And in 1980, Ken Grossman, our owner, opened Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. The first beer that we brewed was our stout, because Ken needed to prime the pumps, basically. When he built the brewery, it was an old warehouse that's now a transmission shop in Chico. And he took stainless steel tanks that he had bought from a dairy company and refit them to become brewing equipment, because at the time you couldn't buy a 5 or 10 barrel brewing system. So he took a class at Butte Community College and learned how to weld and basically fabricated everything that was in the brewing facility. So that's what we call the pioneers of craft brewing. So that's how we got our start. For our 30th anniversary, we're going to be doing some special things with Fritz Maytag, with Jack McCullough, and with Charlie Papazian and Fred Eckert. We're going to be doing some collaboration beers, and I'll speak about them again in just a little while. But from 1980 until now, we've grown quite a bit. Back to saying the stout was the first beer we brewed. The second day, which was November 16th, we brewed the pale ale for the first time. Yeah, thank you very much. And you know, if you haven't noticed, pale ale is our flagship beer. So that was brewed the second day. This year we're going to be having a big celebration for our 30th anniversary, but we're also going to be celebrating the craft brewing movement, craft brewing industry as a whole. Because even though there are now 1,525 breweries in the United States, only 5% of the beer consumed in the United States is what you would consider craft beer. So we like to talk about craft brewing as a whole, because we're all in it together.